Welcome. How is everyone today? We are in business. If you are in business, are you here to just give things for free or are you here to make some money? So today we're talking about boosting your revenue. We talked about some of this earlier last week, but today I really love to talk about balancing time and money. So we want to talk about business efficiency. So welcome. If you're just joining us, let us know where you're joining in from, or if you're watching the replay, we'd also love to know where you're tuning in from as well. You can see my background today. I've just blurred it out, so just letting you know I'm in my trailer where most of you know I live. And let's get started. So when we talk about business, we aren't here to just give things for free. We do want to be in business to help us live our life, spend time with the people we love, doing the things that we love. So I love to use analogies. So I was lying in bed the other night thinking about this live today, and I decided that today's analogy is going to be about food. My husband will laugh because I'm always talking about food. Love food. Not so much the cooking part, but the eating part. And cooking at home versus eating out. So when we think about time versus money, we either have more time than money. And if we think about these both are assets, but how valuable is time really? Can you get more time? No. Can you make more time? You can take it from somewhere else, but you can't get it back once it's gone. So it's really one of those assets that you need to use wisely. So if we need to think about time as a limited resource. So you might have time at home, you're making your own dinner, and that is the way that you choose between time and money. Or maybe you have some spare money and you're going out, I don't say spare, but you have money to then share. You go out and you eat dinner together as a family or with your friends. So that could be one of the things that you do. Just wanting to check the tech over here. Forgot to do that. Okay. So when we think about eating out, we really need to make a decision when it's time to eat or ahead of time. So time versus money. Are we going to be cooking our dinner at home or are we dining out? Sometimes you might have more time, so you're going to be at home making your own dinner. So this made me think about how this can also be in business. So sometimes we have things that we need to do and we have to make a decision. Am I going to spend the time to do this task, or am I going to spend some money either on a tool that can help do it or do it faster, or maybe a virtual assistant or someone in your office that's going to help you get those tasks done. So there are so many tasks that need to be done in a business behind the scenes that nobody sees. Clients and customers and your audience only sees the front-facing things that you've already prepared. They don't see all of those things behind the scenes, the administrative tasks, marketing, teaching. So all of these things that we're doing for our business can become overwhelming if we're not properly managing our time. So, for example, one of the things that used to take me a lot of time was social media. So now I plan ahead. I plan at least 2 weeks ahead, and that's the plan, at least a week, if not 2 weeks ahead. And then that's going to help me plan the rest of my week because I know what's coming up. Everything is prepared ahead of time. I don't have to wake up in the morning scrambling to know what am I doing today. I'm not prepared. So having systems in place to be able to do that, a system can be a task, a list, a way of doing things. All of those things are going to help us really manage our time. So as I mentioned, we're in business. We need to be mindful of our time because once it's gone, it's gone. So how do we choose to use it? So that can be one of the ways that we think about how we use our time. Okay, let me get my notes over here. Okay. Oh. Oh, I actually forgot to change the slides. So we're talking about boosting our revenue. So we only have a certain amount of hours in the day, and we need to choose what we're going to do with them and what the time is going to achieve for us in our business. So there can be things that we can have other people help us do rather than us doing everything on our own. So also, when we think about how we balance our time and our money, we want to think about what stage of business are we in. Maybe you don't have the money right now to have someone help you or invest in tools that are going to speed up things. So it is going to be then the other choice. You either have the money or you have the time that you're going to spend on doing things that you'll be spending your time on them. And we want to think about where is that time going to be going, and planning ahead for the future as to things that we do now, when we have them set out in a logical order, that other people can even follow what we're going to be doing. Like I just used the example of posting on social media. When we have a plan in place of each step that we do, then we know what parts of or all of that task can be accomplished by someone else using their time. And maybe then your time is best spent on things that only you can do, such as teaching your clients and preparing curriculum, preparing courses, and things that your audience needs that only you can do. So when we think about efficiency in business, then other ways we can think about, this word automation, and some people think of automation as something that is like a factory and it isn't personalized. But definitely having systems in place can help you with automations that can help you achieve things that don't have to be impersonal. We think about our own automations we might use in actual life. So what do you do that helps you through the day? Maybe you wake up to an alarm. There's an automation. Maybe you set the timer on your coffee pot the night before you go to bed. That is a mini automation that's going to help you with streamlining something. These are repetitive tasks that we're going to do all the time, and these are going to be saving us time by maybe setting up a routine once, and then that continues to run and we don't have to think about it. Just like for myself, I use my calendar. That helps me plan out my day and things pop up to remind me. Calendar reminders, also an automation. So think about what things you do through the day, what things are you already automating, and what things can be automated in the future. I did not put my little notes up here. So we are talking about boosting revenue to help us balancing time with money. So I've given you some examples there. So let's have a look at one more idea over here. Right, so we want to really think about automations that can help us be more efficient in our business, in our time. So there is a certain amount of personalization that can come into play. We're not talking about mass producing something that's impersonal. So if we think about, and I mentioned this, I think on a previous live, that when we use some automations such as even email marketing, we might have a place that your system automatically adds in someone's name for you, or even on, I don't personally use it myself, but I have seen there are even messaging apps that when you can create a template message and it automatically puts in someone's name from their profile for you. So these are also other examples of ways that we can automate. So we want to also think about the stage in business that we're at and where to invest our resources. These are things that we can think ahead for. Maybe in the beginning, we're balancing that time. We're spending more time doing tasks ourselves. And then in the future, when we're able to invest, we might start with one tool that helps us to do something faster or easier, such as some of the videos that I post. You might see they have captions, they have a pretty background. Those are actually they are done using some AI tools, which you can automate some AI tools. So these are ways that we can help efficiently run our business to do things that we're going to do all the time. We can set things in place, write our own little checklists of things that we want to do for each task, and then we follow that each time. That also helps us to manage our time well, because we know exactly what we need to do and in what order. Then we don't miss anything. It helps us stay on track and focused to finish an entire task from the beginning to the end. And that is going to also help us with our time as well. So when we think about food again, if we think about maybe you like to eat bread, do you buy bread from the store? Do you go to your local bakery? Do you bake your bread at home in your own bread maker? So again, coming back to that time versus money idea, sometimes we have the time and we want to have that, the bread maker at home. We gather all of our ingredients, we put all of those in, we set the timer. Again, there's another automation for us. And we know that things are working in the background. We can't see them, but we can start to smell it. We know when that timer is going to go off, and we know that we can have fresh bread that we can melt our butter on. So that can be something that it's definitely going to take time. That's labor intensive. That's we start that beginning stages of it, but then the bread maker does the middle part, the automation part, where it does all of the timing and the cooking. And then when the timer goes off, you're ready to take that out, and it's awesome to taste. Fresh bread. Who doesn't love the smell of fresh bread? So when we think about automations, they don't have to be something that we go to the store and we buy that store-bought bread. Not my favorite thing to buy. I'd rather go to my local bakery. I don't myself have a bread maker, but thinking about the things that we can do to personalize things, so that like that beginning stages of when we put the bread in the bread maker, before that we have to prepare all of those ingredients, measure them out, make sure we have the right ingredients and the right amounts. So that can be similar to preparing an email nurture sequence, or a series of emails that are going to go out to your audience to let them know something's coming up. So those are the things that we can prepare behind the scenes. And then we know that once we put it in the bread maker, or it could be your email list area. So I use ConvertKit. We put that in there, and we know that we've done the background work. We've put it in there. The system's going to help us with putting in the personalized names. It's only going to go to the people that we've prepared it for. We know that our system, we've set it up that it's going to go to only the people that need it. And then at the other end, the person gets it, they open their email, and it's just like that, opening that fresh bread that maybe you've cooked at home and you invite your friends over. Maybe you're making it for breakfast to have toast on, or it's the evening and you're melting butter in the winter. And I personally love to put Vegemite on my toast. Yeah, in the evenings. That's my favorite thing to do. And so that's something that we really look forward to. We've prepared some of it personally. It continues to get cooked in that bread maker and comes out the other side smelling amazing and delighting our audience. So that is an extra analogy. I just love using analogies. So let me know in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, what analogies can you think of in life where you would compare, you have to make a decision of, am I going to spend the time on this one, or am I going to spend the money on this one? Maybe it's personally, maybe it's in business. Like I said, I was thinking about this in bed the other night before I went to sleep, and I was thinking, so I have all these analogies run around in my head. So we might need to go to the store, to the local shop. Maybe it's close enough that we could walk. Do you walk, or do you ride a bike? Do you drive a car? So we have decisions to make on, are we going to spend the time to walk somewhere, or are we going to jump in the car and be there in a minute? One of my stores is just down the end of the street, so I could walk there if I wanted to. I think it's half a mile. Or another example is washing the dishes. Do you spend the time and hand wash the dishes? We didn't always have a dishwasher when we first got married. We didn't have a dishwasher, so we would hand wash the dishes. that takes time. Later on in life, we did get a dishwasher, and that you still have to do some of the manual work at the beginning. Then you've got those automations or those systems in the middle that do all the washing and the drying for you, and then out comes those clean dishes. But you've invested the money to purchase a dishwasher rather than spending the time to wash the dishes. And one other one that I love, which most people would probably be able to relate to, is a washing machine. Not many people I know don't have a washing machine. Now, I will say that for a while there, I didn't have my own washing machine. We live in a fifth wheel trailer. Sometimes we travel in it. We're mainly based in one location, but we don't have a washing machine in our trailer. So I would spend the time. I would go to the laundromat once a week. I would budget usually 3 hours. Once a week, I would go to the laundromat. It was literally on my calendar. I had to block out the time. So that was the time. Yes, I did have to put the coins in the machine, but we did then eventually invest in a machine when we were stationary in one location. No, it's not in our trailer. I have to walk outside, and we have a stationary building on the property where we rent, and that is where our washing machine is, and our dishwasher too. So we do sometimes think about, okay, I don't have 3 hours every week to go to the laundromat, so I'm going to invest. I'm going to do my research, and I'm going to buy a washing machine that does all of that for me. And while the machine is washing the clothes, I'm over here doing other things that I want to be doing. So that's another analogy of spending the time or spending the money. I haven't personally washed clothes by hand, I don't think. Maybe one time I had to wash some socks when we were on the road. But think about the ways that you save money in life and how you could equate those to times that you would be able to make that decision in business, whether it's going to be time or money. So those are my ideas for today. Just another reminder again that one of the ways you can save time is using an email marketing tool. I recommend ConvertKit for anyone who is just starting out with email marketing. I've come together with ConvertKit, and we're hosting a free workshop next week. So you can go to teacherkristy.com/workshop or send me a message for the link. I'll also put it below this video. And that's a free 1-hour workshop to let you know how ConvertKit can help you save time. Also, leverage having a list of potential clients that you can share up and coming ideas with, or offers that you have, whether that be free or paid, and that can help you also to earn more income because you have people right there in your email marketing tool rather than out there on social media where you only know a few of them are seeing your posts. So feel free to come to that. That'll be really exciting, and you'll also be getting some free gifts for those who attend. If you cannot attend live, that's okay. Still register, and you'll be sent the replay after it's ready. And I look forward to seeing many of you. A few of you have already messaged and said that you've signed up. I'll be looking for you in the chats there, and look forward to helping you learn more about that. So that is it from me today. Thank you so much for your time, and let me know what you would like to learn more about, if that would be more about social media, marketing, email marketing, organization within your business, things such as systems that are things that work in the background for you, and what things you would like to learn more about. So I will see you next time, and have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world.